What is good, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today we have a rumor that popped up, I think, last night. So yeah, it's a rumor that popped up last night. I didn't cover it because I didn't want to spam out another video on you guys because I got a lot of complaints about that sort of stuff. Like, I get a lot of people constantly saying like, "Oh, you just make clickbait rumor videos, blah 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 blah." And of course I make rumor videos, right? And like I don't want to spam them out on you guys so that like it's the only thing you keep seeing every day, and that sort of stuff. So I'm just trying to take it easy, you know, and slowly give you content. But the point I'm trying to get to, the point I'm trying to make is that today we have a rumor, and this rumor popped up last night. It popped up on the 25th, today's the 26th. So it's a pretty hefty rumor, it's pretty long, so just sit back, relax, get yourself a beverage, and we're going to get into it, talk about it, you know, just kind of dissect it. And if you do enjoy the video, of course, drop a like down below. It's up to you guys, but yeah, let's get right into it, shall we? So, starting off with the first things first, which is the actual information and the title. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield Details is what he calls it, and we get right into it. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield Details. First off, I just want to mention that I do not work for Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, or anyone, or anything, sorry, he says anyone that's related to Pokemon. So I guess he's trying to say he doesn't work to, like, with anything Pokemon related. Like, he isn't an employee, he doesn't work for them, he doesn't have any sort of connection in that sense, is what he's trying to get to here. But then he mentions that he does have, apparently, an acquaintance mentioned this information to him, and he essentially doesn't want to mention anything more because he values his reputation, which I'm not sure what that would imply. Does that mean to imply that he's some sort of, like, journalistic type thing, you know? Or, like, does he work in the gaming industry but not for the Pokemon Company particularly? Or what's that meant to mean? Because I don't know, it's kind of like a bit like haphazardous and doesn't really like give me too much information to go off of. But he also has an image here of Shenlong from like Dragon Ball, I guess. Oh jeez. Okay, so that's what he's got right there. Jeez, I am so weird right now. I apologize. But either way, so he starts off with that, which of course gets me questioning, you know, like, well, how do you know this information? Who's this acquaintance of yours? Like, who is this acquaintance? What does he have to do with Pokemon? Is he an employee? Is he a beta tester? Is he, like, you know, what is his job? What is his deal? How does he know this stuff? So let's get into the actual information now. 96 brand new Pokemon at launch. They are plans to release at least 4 more in patches. They really want to make the wild area the place to be at, and with the max raid battles, this will be the place where you'll be able to face off against these brand new Pokemon in order to unlock them. Fair enough. Now, there will be backstories introducing them before you can face off against the Pokemon that are coming out after launch. So, this actually seems reasonable. I think 4 Pokemon seems like a reasonable one, like, let's say, Mythicals or something like that. Like, 4 Pokemon that aren't in the base game added through patches does make sense. Like, brand new ones. We're not talking old Pokemon, like the old ones being introduced again. That won't be in this game, but I'm thinking, you know, what he's talking about here is basically new Pokemon that are already going to probably be in Sword and Shield, but they won't be available to actually catch until the actual thing is, you know, up and, you know, until they're available through, like, you know, the Gigantamax stuff through online events. So it's going to be one of those things, which I think that actually, like, honestly, this first part here already sounds super realistic. Like, this sounds very much like something they would do, as they do seem to be putting a lot of, like, time and, like, you know, a lot of emphasis on the wild area. It seems like that's going to be one of their big shot things within this generation, right? It's going to be one of the priority things that they want people to be using and playing within, and of course they want to make sure that people use it then, and one way to get people to use it is to introduce, you know, exclusive brand new Pokemon through, you know, this area. Also, man, I look like chunky right here, jeez. Either way, so that's like one of the ways they can introduce this. Like, it makes a lot of sense for a brand new way to introduce brand new Pokemon. So that makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Now, the next thing, the story will be the biggest one yet. But if you if you please to rush through the game, you'll be able to do so. So basically, it's going to be a huge story, but if you want to rush through it, you can do that. But in that case, you are missing out on the brand new Pokemon spawns, new side quests that help ease your walkthrough of the game. Leon's evil intentions will be shown fairly quickly. First, 1/3 of the story will be based around why Leon is acting the way he does. It turns out he is not evil; he is just very desperate for success. This desperation started when he was young, when him and Hop were very close. He wanted to have his family taken care of, and I don't know more than this on the story. And this sounds a little bit off here. It seems to go a little bit too in-depth for the information you should have about the game. I don't know. Like, we've heard about Leon a million times and, like, what he might be, what his deal might be. Is he going to be evil? Is he going to be good? Is he going to be, like, what's the deal with him? You know, like, we've heard this a few times already. Now, let's continue. So, every starter will make it into the Galar Dex. Only 198 Pokemon are getting cut. This might change when the game releases, but not in any drastic way. So that makes sense. Now, that actually seems like a pretty reasonable number. 198 to be missing seems pretty reasonable. Now, Surfetch will not have a counterpart for as a version exclusive that has a bigger shield than Sword. Will not have a counterpart for as a sword, as most of you can already guess. Fair enough. Let's continue. So he's trying to wait. I mean, he didn't really say much here. He just said, Farfetch'd will not have a counterpart for as a version exclusive that's a bigger shield than Sword, but there will be version exclusives, as most of you can already guess. So what he's saying here is, like, we won't get a Surfetch with the shield. That won't be the other, like, the shield exclusive. That won't happen. But there will be other version exclusives, as most of us can, you know, already guess, which is kind of true. We're all assuming there's going to be more version exclusives. But, yeah, again, doesn't seem too strange. Doesn't seem too out of the ordinary. Seems like pretty reasonable shit. I don't know. Like, what can I really say? Just... that's it. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Not really much to add to it, but let's continue. So, Eternatus is, in fact, real. It has a small yellow features, and is mostly matte black. It is kind of a mix between Shenron from Dragon Ball and Rayquaza, which sounds, like, really cool. I love Rayquaza. It's my favorite, like, just one of my favorite, like, things ever. And also, I love Shiny Rayquaza the most. It's my favorite Shiny, and that one is kind of, like, basically, like, actually, let's look up, Shiny Rayquaza real quick, because you'll see it's exactly, like, the colors that are being mentioned right here. That's Shiny Rayquaza. Let's see. It's basically exactly the things that are being mentioned right here. Let me just open up this image in a new fleek. There we go. Look at that. It's exactly what what like he's kind of describing here. Like, but this one's like less matte black and more like just kind of grayish, this one. But the actual colors are, the actual black on it and kind of yellow are a bit more emphasized, as you can see right here, for example, from Pokemon Go. But like something like this would be sick to like for Eternatus. I actually would love that. Like personally, I think that would be great. Now I don't know about you guys, but personally, again, I think that would be fantastic. Now next thing, there will be mythicals as well, 5 to be exact. The Pokemon that will be released after the game is out are most likely also mythicals. So that makes a lot of sense. Like 5 initial mythicals and 4 mythicals past tense makes sense. Let's see. There will also be Dark type Gym Leader. Now this one's a little bit iffy, right? This one's iffy because we've wanted a Dark type Gym for a long time, right? We wanted that for ages. And one of the reasons they gave us in the past why they never gave us like a Dark type Gym Leader was specifically because a Dark type Gym Leader just in their eyes wouldn't make a lot of sense, because Dark types are meant to be kind of like evil, inherently like a dark evil Pokemon, which Gym Leaders should never use, because Gym Leaders are meant to be pure of heart and that sort of stuff, which I don't know, it seems a little bit strange, but that was their reasoning back in the day, but I'm not sure if that really holds up anymore. Now Game Freak made Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee for a reason. The reason was for the kids in younger ages. This game will be a little bit more tricky, with Zelda difficulty like puzzles. This is just one of those elements of difficulty that they'll be adding, which I think would be great if that is true. Of course, that might make a little bit of trouble for me when I'm doing my 24-hour playthrough, because I don't want to be sitting there for 36 hours and it's basically like just yeeting myself, which hopefully will not happen, but, you never know how far, your brain's going to take you. And my point I'm trying to get to is, it seems pretty reasonable. I do appreciate puzzles, and I'm actually up for it 100%. I'm just messing out with the whole thing, It's going to be a little bit hard to play through the game if there's a bunch of puzzles, but we'll get through because we'll have chat. Either way, the 3 starters will be Pure Fire for Score Bunny, a Big Rabbit, which is a sleek assassin almost. Its torso resembles a sleeveless hoodie. That actually sounds really cool. Sobble's evolution will be Water Psychic. It kind of looks like a cross between a big chameleon and a dragon. A bit of an inspiration taken from Charizard on this model. Really? Because that doesn't match up with the whole description we got from the Ben Affleck leak, which has had everything real so far. Now, Grookey's evolution will be looking like a big mean gorilla that has a big club. In the camp, in the camp, when you interact with Grookey's evolution and play some music, it instantly feels more happy and changes to fierce looking to a big, happy gorilla. It's really weird but cute. Fair enough. Now, Game Freak, Nintendo, the Pokemon are currently working on polishing the game before they start packing and shipping. Game Freak does the work while Nintendo and Pokemon are just looking over it. Which, again, that's pretty self-explanatory. Not really anything brand new being said right there. But, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the general gist of it. That's the general gist of the actual, piece of information we got right here. I'd love to know your opinions on it, guys. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Let me know in the comment section down below. And, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's an interesting rumor, honestly. Like, it starts off pretty strong. There's a few inconsistencies, right at the end here about the starters. Like, it doesn't make, like, for Sobble, he says it's gonna look like a dragon, whereas the Ben Affleck leak actually said it's gonna look more like a like a spy or slash agent type of thing. You know what I mean? It's gonna have more of a design like that, which makes more sense, in my opinion. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'd love to know your opinions in the comment section down below, ladies and gentlemen. If you did enjoy the video, of course, drop a like down below. If you want to see more stuff like this, feel free to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Ruffle Rowlett. Have a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.